All right, let's now shift our attention to the other big story that we are tracking tonight. The US Senate may have just removed an obstacle for Donald Trump to strike Venezuela. While the United States has deployed its heaviest machines in the Caribbean, the Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro has said that he's just not worried. So what is happening in the Caribbean? Take a look at this report.
In the recent weeks, U.S. President has ordered one of the biggest military buildups in the Caribbean. The largest ever deployment observed in the past 40 years. A seventh of U.S. naval assets, including the world's largest aircraft carrier, the USS Gerald R. Ford, are dispatched to the region. A pair of U.S. Air Force B-52 bombers were spotted over the Caribbean Sea, marking fourth military flyover since mid-October. So far, U.S. war on what it calls drug boats has claimed at least 70 lives. Washington says it has successfully struck at least 18 vessels in the Pacific and Caribbean region. Now, the Trump administration seems to be weighing its military options, especially after U.S. Senate Republicans blocked a resolution that would have prevented Trump from attacking Venezuela without congressional authorization.
So, Mr. President, thank you for what you're doing. On behalf of all those Americans who will be saved from these poisonous drugs.
Venezuelan president says he is not worried and that U.S. military advances won't disturb the country.
14 semanas de amenaza.
14 weeks of threats from the gringos who have 15 ships, 2,600 missiles, 100 planes, and now the largest aircraft. Excuse me, the largest aircraft carrier in the world called the Gerald Ford. Let the gringos do whatever they want. We are unperturbed, and no one is going to stop us from producing, working towards building direct and true democracy and the blessed and sacred perpetual peace of Venezuela.
Venezuelan president has appealed to Moscow for military support, including repairs to Russian-made Sukhoi fighter jets, upgrades to radar systems, and the delivery of missile systems. And now, Russia has responded to these appeals.
We reaffirm our firm support for the Venezuelan leadership in protecting its national sovereignty. In the context of the current situation, we are in close ongoing contact with our Venezuelan friends. Russia demonstrates unwavering solidarity with Venezuela and is prepared to respond appropriately to Caracas's requests.
For the Trump administration, there are three routes that U.S. armed forces can take. The first option might involve airstrikes against military facilities. So if Maduro believed he was no longer protected, he might seek to flee or in moving around the country. A second approach envisions sending special operations forces, such as the Army's Delta Force or the Navy's SEAL Team 6, to try to capture Maduro. A third option involves sending U.S. counterterrorism forces to seize control of airfields and at least some of Venezuela's oil fields. These last two options carry much greater risks to American commandos on the ground and pose an even greater threat to Venezuelan citizens. While Trump himself believes that Maduro's days are numbered, will he undertake a military operation against Venezuela?